Good evening. My name is Mari Scott-Aguirre, and I'm the principal of Centennial High School. Welcome to Senior Awards Night for the class of 2021. This has been the most challenging and disjointed year in my entire life. In spite of what we've all been through, I'm happy to end the year with celebrations for the achievements of our seniors. Our seniors have shown persistence and dedication to academic, extracurricular, and athletic excellence, and we will have the opportunity to celebrate this evening. During the pandemic, our students learned and practiced skills such as time management, self-regulation, connecting with and supporting each other, and learning to use multiple technology platforms. Students took more responsibility and ownership for their own learning. I predict that the group that has suffered through the pandemic will rise to become the next greatest generation. These are some of the people that will lead this generation to enact the changes we so desperately need as a society. We also deeply appreciate the support of parents, friends, families, teachers, and staff this year. The accomplishments of these students were not achieved in isolation. They were supported at key times throughout their school careers. These students became the skilled, knowledgeable, and wonderful humans that they are with the assistance of others. The first awards this evening are for the Senior Students of the Year. Each year, the staff is given the opportunities to select 2 students who best exemplify the ideals of Centennial High School. The first student was selected in a landslide, which is all the more notable because she has not attended CHS for all 4 years. I will read the words of her English teacher, Doug Paul, to describe some of the reasons that she was selected. Last spring, during the still early days of what would become a worldwide pandemic, something magical transpired. The AP language exam was over, and what loomed before us for the final 4 weeks of class was essentially dead air time. Between the awkward strain of distance learning and the fatigue of multiple AP courses, most of the students were done, and I couldn't blame them. On a whim, I suggested to each of the 2 classes that we collectively read a novel. My entreaty to them was that we read it not as teacher and students, but rather as scholars and peers, a cohort of inquisitive minds bound to the task of reading, studying, and discussing great literature as it was intended, and not as the AP folk would otherwise dictate and dispute. However, since no points or grades hung in the balance, only 4 students expressed interest. Undeterred by the greater sense of apathy, we decided to proceed. The novel we chose was one I'd been touting all year, but had never had the opportunity to read. Zora Neale Hurston's seminal masterpiece, Their Eyes Were Watching God. I would prepare questions and loose lessons to bind the discussions and give structure to the process. But this was, from the beginning, a team effort. We would all pull our weight. For a solid month, our small conclave read, analyzed, and appreciated literature on a different level. Unfettered by extraneous demands and obligations, we marveled at Hurston's impeccable craft and vision, her ability to give voice and dignity to the Black American experience, and maybe most important, we found joy and meaning in truly studying literature in the intimate, albeit virtual, company of intelligent, sensitive people who respected the work and each other authentically. Beatrice was the consummate scholar, always prepared, always focused, always enthusiastic. And as much as her unique and powerful insights helped compel us forward to greater understandings, I was just struck with her desire and ability to listen to others and appreciate, truly appreciate, their transient brilliance and passion. What I took away from the experience was her generosity, her artistic passion to articulate ideas, and her childlike curiosity, which reminded me in the oddest of times how amazing my students can be, and how fortunate I've been in my life to share something I love so much with people like herself, who validate my endeavors in myriad ways. As I told them when we met for the final time, our COVID-tinged experience together is indelible. We share a priceless, unique bond because of great art and because 5 people decided to sanctify their time together. It's not too much to say that people like Beatrice Bird make me strive to be a better teacher and remind me that teaching is indeed a noble and deeply satisfying profession. Congratulations to Beatrice Bird, who has been selected as one of the Senior Students of the Year. I would describe the next Student of the Year as driven and competitive. When he started at Centennial, he was still learning to speak English well. He immediately challenged himself with honors coursework. He competed with his older sister, who was also an excellent student, as to who would take the most challenging courses. He took a variety of honors and AP courses during his time at CHS, maximizing his academic achievement and possibilities for learning. He accelerated his learning by attending summer school. He also took part in extracurricular activities such as speech and debate. He participated in internships during subsequent summers to improve his chances to enroll at the highly competitive academic institutions that he aspired to attend. His teachers had to advise him to take courses such as PE and to take walks so that he would have fun and courses without homework. You might think that he was always serious, being that he is so driven, but Amir is always cheerful and takes great joy in his learning. His junior year in high school, just before the pandemic struck, his family moved to another part of Portland that was far from the attendance area for Centennial. He transferred and made the trip to continue to attend Centennial on a daily basis. He had found a community that both challenged and supported him. We are so proud that he has been part of our community. Amir Al-Saud, congratulations for being selected as one of the Senior Students of the Year.
Hello. Throughout the evening, you will have the opportunity to hear from 9 outstanding students. Centennial High School is proud to recognize the following students as class valedictorians. These scholars have all earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average over their 4 years of high school. As part of their award, the students were asked to select an honored educator, someone who has helped the students achieve the success that we celebrate today. Congratulations once again to the class valedictorians.
Hi, my name is Sophia Singh, and I am very happy to be picked as one of the valedictorians of class of 2021. Many teachers have helped me out throughout my school year, but the one that stood out to me the most was Miss Loveson. Although I only got to spend a few months with Miss Loveson, in my time I learned that she was very selfless and humble person. I thought she was crazy for reading all those rough drafts, and I was honestly very surprised. I thought, wow, she's really amazing for doing this. Not only did she just read all those rough drafts, but she gave genuine feedbacks to all of her students. As I grew to like her even more, she dropped a bombshell telling us that she was ill, but she didn't let that illness stop her from teaching us. When I met her in person, she was very welcoming and she smiled at me and greeted me. Even with her illness, she was willing to teach us and help us out. She inspires me to do so much better in this world, which is why I pick her as my honor educator. Thank you, Ms. Lifson, for doing what you do best, and I hope you do well and keep fighting. Thank you. Love you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kyle Cook, and I chose my own educator to be Mr. Isaac Ivers for my 4th grade year at Gresham Arthur Academy. I think the most important thing Mr. Ivers ever showed me was that school could be more than just stereotypical, sit down, no fun. It's just boring. I think he told me that school can be a lot better if the student and the teacher have a bond, and it really shows off in the students' work and their enthusiasm to keep on going. Mr. Ivers was always a blast to be around. He was super funny around us. He always could somehow relate to us and just make us feel comfortable in class. And my favorite, he loved to play with us at recess. We would play touch football all the time. I kept track of how many touchdowns I had. It was super fun. He was always the quarterback. And my favorite thing he would do, though, was he would toss like a small ball up in the air about 50 feet, and then whoever caught it when it came down got a currency we called tickets. And tickets were pretty much given out for good classwork, homework completion, or good behavior and recess, like I said before. And I think that sort of positive encouragement or reinforcement really helped me try to push forward and strive to be more than who I am. Let me tell you, those tickets really put me into a state to keep going and push forward. Not only did it give me this nice work ethic that I could stick with for the rest of my life, but also for the 2 mangoes I got for the end of the year auction. I never keep up with teachers really that much. After I move on to the next year, Mr. Ivers is probably the only exception. Every year we go down to the Imagination Station by, I think it's David Douglas, and he invites every student he's ever had, and we play capture the flag and dodgeball, and it's always a blast to meet him again and old friends that I had. Of course, no shade to any other teacher when I say this, but Mr. Ivers is the most influential teacher I've ever had by a long shot, and I'm happy to have had him so early.
Hi, this is Lori Ernstrom, retired principal from Pleasant Valley Elementary. It is my pleasure to present the Centennial Education Foundation scholarships. It's a joy to read through those scholarships and listen to the kids' voices as they write about themselves and what their aspirations are. So the first scholarship I would like to give is a Centennial Education Foundation General Scholarship. It is just from the foundation, and the 2 recipients for that are Addison Schutte and Rachel Lee. Congratulations to both of you. The second scholarship is the Larry Cato Scholarship. It's in memory of Larry Cato, a founding member of the foundation who is passionate about the success of all students. So the 2 recipients for this award are Meredith Bowman and Yesenia Garcia. The third scholarship is a volunteer scholarship. It's the Ron Pennington Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is for students who have contributed significant amounts of time to the community involvement and volunteer activity. It is offered in remembrance of Ron Pennington, the co-founder of this foundation and an exceptional volunteer. He went above and beyond. The recipient for this scholarship is Jessica Nodal. The last scholarship we have to give out to students is the Earl Blumenauer Leadership in Education Scholarship. Applicants for this scholarship must show commitment to their education, demonstrate outstanding leadership skills, and show a passion for making a difference in their schools and community. The scholarship is funded by a Centennial graduate and current Congressman Earl Blumenauer and the foundation. Blumenauer has spent spending over 40 years making a difference in Oregon with his leadership skills and sense of community. The scholarship recipient is Beatrice Boyd. Congratulations to all of you and good luck in your further endeavors in college. We're proud of you. Thank you.
Gresham Rotary looks for students who have potential, who are overcoming obstacles, and who have done service in their community. This scholarship winner exemplifies the values that Rotarians espouse in their everyday lives. Rotary's motto is service above self. Congratulations to Maisie Bowman.
The Mount Hood Community College Foundation High School Scholarship is awarded annually to a recent graduate from Centennial High School. This year, the 5,300 scholarship winner is Corbin Lewis.
Future Connect at Portland Community College is a scholarship and support program for students enrolling at PCC. The program focuses on eliminating barriers to college and provides students with ongoing support throughout their time at PCC. Congratulations to those students selected to be Future Connect scholars.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Huff, and thank you for being here and supporting everyone at this award Zoom. Kaiser Permanente awards scholarships to seniors at eligible high schools in the Northwest to help them achieve their dreams of becoming healthcare professionals each year. This year, the winner of the $5,000 Kaiser Permanente Health Career Scholarship is Griselda Tello Rendon. Congratulations. We're really proud of you.
Hi, my name is Maddie Kramer, and I am fortunate to be given the opportunity to select an honored educator that has impacted my life. Although there are many amazing teachers that I have had these past 12 years in the Centennial School District, the honored educator that I have chosen is my 6th grade teacher from Butler Creek Elementary, Mrs. Strickland. She was, and I probably still is, the teacher most kids are afraid to get at Butler Creek. Students know her as a no-nonsense teacher expecting the best from her students. As children, we thought that this meant she'd be spiteful or strict beyond our imagination. However, now that I look back on it, I know that she believed every one of us was capable of amazing accomplishments that we couldn't comprehend ourselves. Entering 6th grade, I didn't have much confidence in what I could achieve academically. Mrs. Strickland saw something in me that I couldn't even see myself. During the school year, we started reading To Kill a Mockingbird, a book high school freshmen read. It seemed rebellious on her part because she was receiving backlash from other teachers and the administration. And that's honestly what I loved about her. Miss Strickland was not willing to let others rain on her parade, especially with something she felt so passionate about sharing with her students. She thought it was important for young children to discern from right and wrong. Racial and social injustice sparked a fire in her, and she wanted her students to understand and create their own perceptions on the matter. Her actions gave me the courage to later speak out when I witnessed an instance of racial prejudice toward one of my fellow peers, and for that I thank her. I also appreciate Miss Strickland for not treating us like 11-year-old children she saw before her. We were young adults in her eyes, and with her guidance, we could independently make decisions for ourselves not only on assignments, but in life as well. While some students decided to write about superheroes and unicorns, she gave us the option to write about controversial topics such as abortion. Mrs. Strickland helped her students gain independence at a young age. She would also talk about our futures and what we could achieve if we stayed consistent in our academics. College was a must when it came to future talk, especially her beloved Washington Huskies. Sports were a fan favorite in our class, and us students loved to point out anytime the Huskies football team lost. I remember when the Oregon Ducks beat the Huskies, and my friend Ainsley and I ducked out her room after school, wrapping her desk in duck wrapping paper and writing in yellow and green on our whiteboards. Her reaction was priceless, and I will never forget that moment. So thank you, Mrs. Strickland, for not only being an amazing teacher, but a person that has helped me grow into the woman I am today. I will always remember the impact you have made on my life. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and I chose Miss Young as my honored educator. Miss Young is full of positivity and kindness, and she was always willing to give me encouragement and advice when I needed it. One time she told me her life story and how she pursued her passion for art. And I once asked her, Miss Young, don't you ever get tired of creating art? And she told me no, because her passion for art was so strong that she was always excited to create more. And to me, I thought that was so crazy because I couldn't imagine finding something that I like so much that I would never get tired of it for the rest of my life. In high school, I tried out a bunch of different things and I've taken a bunch of different classes, and I think I haven't found my passion yet, the same passion that Miss Young has for art. But her story inspires me because the end goal is to be happy with whatever you're doing, no matter how hard it gets, right? And so, I would like to raise my graduation cap for Miss Young, for motivating me to not give up, and I hope all of her current and future students will also get the opportunity to be inspired by her too.
My name is Thomas Sato, and I'm choosing Mr. Patrick Farah as my honored educator. In 7th grade on the Wolves team, Mr. Farah taught us basic algebra and the properties of integers. But the most important lesson I believe he taught me was how to be myself. He created an environment in which we could share our little inside jokes like Haji and his gizmo, Do any of you remember that? Or the Ballbuster commercial? Anyways, being in that classroom taught me the importance of self-confidence. Mr. Farah taught me that in spite of anything, I can have fun and be funny, and that I can enjoy myself and enjoy my own company. Mr. Farah is a man who encourages creative behavior. In any free time I had, I would draw these silly little pictures and caricatures, and he would put them up on the projector for the whole class to see. I love the attention. 7th grade is a time of growth for everybody, when we're 12 or 13 years old and we're really starting to learn about the world around us. Mr. Farah is able to foster an appreciation for that world that is as contagious as his sense of humor. I deeply commend that.
Every year, Centennial High School awards 3 deserving seniors with the CHS Faculty Scholarship. This scholarship is given based on academics, activities, community service, and an essay stating their specific post-high school plans. This year, we are honored to award Meredith Bowman, Beatrice Bird, and Adamari Sanchez with the CHS Faculty Scholarship. Congratulations!
Ron Pennington's dedication to the Centennial School District was unprecedented. Ron lived in the Centennial School District, had children who attended Centennial schools, and was one of the most dedicated volunteers this district has ever seen. Ron placed high importance on the idea of volunteering and dedicated much of his time to the improvement of education in the community. The Ron Pennington Memorial Scholarship was set up to award students who exemplify the life of Ron Pennington. This year, the CHS Ron Pennington Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 is being awarded to Meredith Bowman. All right, the College and Career Center Scholarship was created with the help of our college peer counselors to support students in their post-high school pursuits. This year's winner of the College and Career Center Scholarship is Nikki Tong.
Hi, I'm here to present a scholarship for a student who is interested in the field of education, and the name of this scholarship is Ken Noah, and this year it will be going to Taylor Queen. So congratulations, Taylor, and good luck with your future as hopefully a great educator in art.
Hi, I'm Doug Paul. I teach language arts at Centennial High School. And this year I am here to award the Al Forthen Scholarship, which is given and dedicated to fighting alcohol and drug addiction among teens. And this year's recipient is Gabrielle Pierce. Gabby is a hardworking, fabulous young lady who I've had for the past 2 years, and I can't say enough good things about her. Gabby, congratulations, best of luck to you, and happy 2021 graduation.
Our next award is for the Finley Award for Academic Excellence from Oregon State University. This is for an incoming freshman with a 3.5 or higher GPA. And this year it's going to Dylan Kang Fung. So Dylan, congratulations. We're so excited for you.
Each year, high school dance seniors across Oregon are invited to apply to the Dance and Drill Coaches Association of Oregon Scholarship. This year, 2 members of our dance team have been awarded scholarships. The Academic Scholarship is awarded to Addison Schutte. The Diversity and Excellence Scholarship is awarded to Ruby Tran. Congratulations to you both.
Hi, the Air Force Academy seeks out qualified and diverse top performers with the highest moral character, strong academic ability, and a potential for leadership. Congratulations to Samuel Schul, who has earned a place as a cadet with the class of 2025.
The first assignment Mr. Paul gave my class sophomore year was to analyze these descriptions of a setting by Sherman Alexie. The land being described was a native desert during summer, an undeniably abhorrent place to live. Alexie went on to describe the isolation of the land and so forth, and in our write-ups, all the students, myself included, pushed past the reality of the piece and instead went to euphemisms and extraordinary exaggerations of the land's beauty. We opted for the classic high school response to the land description. After Mr. Paul had to share various parts of our euphemistic writings, he offered a familiar but incredibly new perspective with us. He shared with us an all too honest satire about the land depicted, referring to it as barren and godforsaken in nature, which it admittedly was. He offered to us a stark juxtaposition to our own pieces, and what he referred to in an allusion as the road less traveled. To this day, that's the only depiction of Lexi's setting that sticks with me. It was with his allusion to Frost's poem that he encouraged his students, myself included, to travel that less taken road, to go the extra distance for the sake of the distance covered, to be the most unique and individual versions of ourselves, because it would be in those solitary versions that we would become our best selves. As a teacher, Mr. Paul reached me, which is really the most a teacher can do for any student. I connected with this style of teaching and with him as a whole. Academically speaking, he transformed my writings into wonderfully unique pieces. He taught me to zag when the crowd would zig, and he led me to not only exceptional performances on national exams, but also a confidence in my own writing that would prove instrumental to my college application process. As a person, he has never failed me. He has constantly been the most accessible, most understanding, and most helpful member of Centennial faculty towards myself. I distinctly remember a conversation between him, my brother, and myself where he explained that he viewed students in equal regard to himself, that he listened to them, and that he would never discount their voices or opinions on account of their years or lack of experience. And said he would try to listen to the individual, to understand the person at hand. And that's how he always was, how he continues to be. He gives advice to any who ask, he creates a laugh at every moment, and he always strives to reach his students. Mr. Paul never gave out an assignment he himself wasn't willing to do. I know this because he did most of them with us. Matter of fact, it wasn't uncommon for him to do the same assignment multiple times for each class so as not to repeat himself. He would write 3 different responses to the same prompt for his 3 different classes, and he would edit them all. Many a time he would scrap an entire lesson plan minutes before the class began and do what he called freestyling to reach his students. He would gauge the room and create an assignment that he would do along with us, and out of these freestyle classes, he would create an environment of sharing and true, lasting learning. He isn't about sticking to a rigorous and arbitrary structure. He is about the individual, he is about impactful and applicable learning, and he is about a constant improvement. This past year in his class, we studied Robert Frost's poems every now and then, and it was through this that I gained an appreciation of his message on the road less traveled. I began to understand his meaning beyond the zag of an essay or opinion. I began to see how to go beyond the crowd, not for the accolades or recognitions. Mr. Paul doesn't get nearly enough of those. But I began to see the value in going beyond the crowd for yourself, so that one day I could look back at my work and say what I heard at the close of almost every talk I had with him after class this year. I tried everything. I hope it works. That's how Mr. Paul taught class, and that's how he lives his life, with everything he could. I've accepted an appointment to the United States Air Force Academy and attempt to zag, an attempt to go beyond the crowd. It's because my time with Mr. Paul that I chose this path. And it's because my time with Mr. Paul that I seek to go through my life like he taught his class, with care to the individual, constant amelioration, and on the road less traveled. It made all the difference for him, and so far it has for me. Thank you, Doug.
So first off, I would like to thank Centennial High School and their representatives for electing me as one of the valedictorians for this year. All right, so the honored educator I would like to select is my 7th grade math teacher, Mr. Mackey. While in his class, he always taught me things that I used inside and outside of school. While inside of school, he always made math fun and taught me about percentages and proportions that I can use to find discounts on clothing items. And something else he taught me outside of school was to overcome my shyness. Going into 7th grade, I was mostly like an introverted kid, and with his guidance and teachings, he helped me become more confident and be more comfortable with myself. When not in the classroom, we would always have small talk about sports, and he would always check up on me to make sure I was doing all right. And when the time came, he was kind enough to write me a letter of recommendation for college. Hope all is well in your life, Mr. Mackey, and thanks again. I will never forget my time here at Centennial. Throughout the years, there have been many struggles, but through collaboration and perseverance, the class of 2021 was able to succeed and move on to a new chapter in our lives. I would personally like to thank every teacher, friend, and family member who have helped me get to the position to where I'm at today. And to my fellow classmates, I hope all is well in your future. Once again, I would like to thank you all. Peace out.
I can still remember the first time I met him was at a student council meeting the summer of 8th grade going to freshman year. And I thought that he was just some senior sitting on his laptop at the corner room. It was not until 2 weeks later that I found out that he was going to be my teacher / advisor for the next 4 years of high school. This person is no other than Mr. May himself. Even though he was not my normal teacher, Mr. May had taught me many life lessons these past few years. He had taught me how to build connection with admins, and most importantly, how to speak up for myself. I have personally always been grateful that Mr. May was our activities director since he always had our back no matter what happened. It also showed how caring, thoughtful, kind, and hardworking of a person he is since we as a class can be a lot to handle sometimes. My freshman year was also the first year where he had taken on the responsibilities of being the activities director, and it must have been extremely hard for him to get used to things while always having to answer our questions. Rather than being just our advisor, Mr. May was our friend. There are just some times where he just listened to me complain about how life sucked so much that day. No matter what happened, I knew that he would listen to me and help me come up with different solutions. Thank you so much for all the things that you have done for me this year, Mr. May.
The Dale Kruger Scholarship is designed to assist graduates of high schools supported by the Gresham community in their pursuit of higher education. Dale's belief in the value of education and his legacy in support of young students in need of financial assistance is evidenced through the endowment of this scholarship. We are proud to honor the following students with the Dale Kruger Scholarship.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dina Curry, a counselor here at Centennial High School. I am going to present the Career Technical Education Honor Cords. Students that are especially engaged in career and technical education enjoy accelerated graduation rates, increased levels of engagement with the curriculum, and an opportunity to be prepared for given careers. Each of the following students has completed a minimum of 3 credits within a given program in CTE.
The Gold Honor Cords are awarded to students who have achieved a 3.5 cumulative grade point average or higher during their high school academic career. Congratulations to the following students on your achievement. The following students pursued an honors diploma here at Centennial High School. These students maintained a 3.5 cumulative GPA while taking additional math, science, and world language coursework beyond the minimum graduation requirements. Congratulations, honors graduates.
This evening, we've had the opportunity to celebrate some of our outstanding students. During the last 4 years, they've made our school a better place through their scholarship, extracurriculars, and athletic prowess. I would like to thank the parents, families, friends, teachers, and staff members for their support and guidance of these students. To the students, thank you for sharing your brilliance with us. Have a lovely evening, and we look forward to celebrating you again at graduation. Good night.